live on YouTube here. And the radio.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
There she is.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
I just love that music. Hey, welcome everybody to Tarot Today. We are back live, simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio, the Psychic Talk Radio Network, and we are video streaming on YouTube. How you doing, Mary?
Good. Happy Psychic Saturday.
Having a little coffee here. Is it hot enough for everybody?
It's hot enough for me.
Woo!
Doesn't need to get any hotter.
Oh my gosh. And of course, this is the last Saturday of the month when we do our famous and highly popular Psychic Spin segment. I'm losing cards. And we're going to ask the tarot the big questions. And we thought, hey, what about this weather thing that everybody's talking about? And heat, it's like, there's, if you want a prediction of the actual when the heat's going to stop and things like that, there's a reason why the broadcast is called, the weather forecast. Okay. You don't need tarot for that. But we thought, hey, Mary and I were like, maybe we can, is this the new norm? Ask questions like that,
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. So we're going to do that a little later in the show. That'll be.
Does it mean anything?
Does it? I don't know. Does it mean anything? Oh, wow. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can call into the show 714-816-4628. Press the number 1 on your dial pad to let us know you want to be live on air. We already have a few callers in the caller queue. And speaking of that, if you're in the caller queue or you're listening to us through radio and you want to see Mary and I, come over to YouTube. Yeah, it's just Tarot Today Live. And you can do the URL, youtube.com/the @ Tarot Today Live. Yeah, that'll take you to the page. Anyway. You can also get there from our page, tarottoday.live.
Yes.
There's a link. Yeah. So come and see us on YouTube. And all of our friends in the chat, you can actually call us through Blog Talk. But you can also ask questions in the chat, right, Mary?
Yeah, they can just post their question right there. There's no line, no waiting. You don't have to take a number. All you have to do is just type in your question, or if you don't have a specific question that you want to ask, then you can just say, pull a card for me, and we will pull a card for you.
Yes, and the thing with the questions in the chat versus the switchboard, though, is you got to be a little patient. And that's because in addition to the questions being asked, there's people chatting, using the chat room as chat. Who would have thunk, right? And
a crazy idea.
Yeah. And so, we go back and forth, take some phone calls, come back to the chat. We have to scroll all the way back and go through the chat and take them in the order that they came in. That's what we like to try to do. And so, it may take us a few minutes to get to your question. So, but go ahead and pop it in now. Don't wait. That way we'll get to your question, because if you put it in too late, we might not get to it.
First come, first serve, right?
Yes, we're only on an hour. Okay. All righty. So let's see. I'm checking the switchboard here. We do have someone in the chat here. Piyu. How would you say that, Mary?
Piyu.
Piyu?
Piyu, sure.
Yeah.
Pew.
Piyu's in there. And I think they have a question. We'll get to that in a minute. We also have Heart Driven Tarot with Laura. Hi, Laura.
Cool.
Yeah, Laura popped in. What mindset should I have to create a successful YouTube channel? Oh, that's an interesting question. Oh, yeah, we got some cool stuff popping in here. Hey, before we do any questions or phone calls, though, let's look at the numerology of the day. Cards. Mary, you have 2 cards of the day right there. You go.
Yes,
first.
I do.
Why don't you go first this time?
It's very exciting. Okay, I will. So the first card comes from the Egyptian Oracle cards with beautiful artwork by Severino Beraldi, who I love as an illustrator. And the card is actually about cheerfulness, about having fun, about celebrating, about throwing a party for like no reason other than let's just have a good time. So that might be something to do this weekend. And then I drew I don't have the box, but this is a beautiful deck, a tarot deck, the Radiant Wilds tarot deck. Kind of has a desert vibe to it. And the card, I don't know why my light is like acting weird, but is the 6 of Wands. So it's like really bizarre. It's like, 2 kind of like cards about celebrating and having a good time and partying. And I looked more into that, this card about cheerfulness that comes from that Egyptian oracle. And it's really the advice that comes with it is really great. It's saying that, like, look, even if you're having a hard time and something not so great is happening in your life, if you're going to get like really down about it and be negative about it and like worry about it, that's not going to help you as much as trying to like kind of see the humor in the situation. Try to find some more lighthearted energy this weekend. So that's what I got. It's really like this sort of upbeat kind of messaging from both of those cards. But what did you get? And what do the numbers look like?
I mean, that's pretty upbeat. Yes, it sounds good to me. So I got the 4 of Swords. This is the obviously the gold foil deck. I love this deck. Oh my God. 4 of Swords. 4 is structure. Yes. But this is also about, taking a step back and, recuperating, maybe getting your energy back. I just had 3 days that were just chock full of appointments and doctors and oh my God, all kinds of stuff. And that's kind of what I'm doing is I'm in recovery mode, and but there's another aspect to it because it's the swords, thoughts and ideas. And I think it's especially with it being 4 and you think of the 4 sides making a box, and it's like it's that thinking outside of the box. There's like 2, 3, 4 cards in tarot that are thinking outside of the box cards, and this is one of them, and I think that's what it's talking about, taking a step back, looking at the big picture, that kind of thing. And it goes along with the numerology because the date, the 29th, actually reduces to a 2, which is relationships. But before that final reduction, 2 plus 9 is 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. But you get that 11, which is the master illuminator number, which is all about learning and all about teaching. And then the entire date, July 29th, 2023, reduces to a 7, which is the number of the seeker. And it's the same kind of energy. It's that, research and wanting to understand how something works. And so, doing learning and studying as well, which kind of also fits in with, nicely with that 4 of Swords. The image of the 4 Swords here, that's from the Radiant deck. I love the Radiant version. The colors are just fantastic, so gold foil deck, Radiant deck. Highly recommend. So, today's a great day to do some research and take a step back and look at the big picture and learn some things and, go on Udemy, take a course, something like that. It's also a good day for teaching something that you really love. So that's what I got, Mary.
Awesome.
Yay.
A little learning, little teaching, and then partying. That's our
works perfectly. Yeah. So you in the earlier part of the day, do the hermit mode and then go out and party.
Have fun.
Makes perfect sense to me. So let's see here what's going on in the chat and the phone lines here. We'll do the psychic spin in a little bit here, but we're going to get in a couple of calls and things like that. Yes. Hold on a second. Trying to get everything all set up. Be right back. Hold on. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, Sharona made it in. Yay. There's Tarot by Sharona.
Hey, Sharona.
Hello, tarot friends. Okay. So Payu was asking, does Tony think of me and will he contact me? That kind of thing. He's showing up as an air sign. Paya, do you know if he's an air sign? I'm getting the King of Swords for this. There you go. King of Swords. There's something going on, Seven of Swords is showing up and, things going on that you're not aware of, maybe, kind of things like that. But I am getting a positive vibe with the Four of Wands energy, I think he will contact you, but, I don't know. I'm just going to say, my gut feeling about it is be really careful. Be really careful. Yes. But let's see if Mary has any wisdom. Mary, what are you getting? Does Tony think of Payu?
Yes. I think so. On the contact thing, I got the Page of Cups. So, and then in the future position, the Page of Swords. So that's like two pages. It's like two messengers to me. So I feel like, yes, there's going to be contact. There's going to be conversation happening. But like you, I'm a little bit cautious about it. The Lover's card comes up. So, be careful of your choices that you make, because I'm kind of worried about the Five of Cups here. I got the Five of Cups, and like a lot of times that can be a card of like an emotional kind of letdown, not something major, right? Because we call it the don't cry over spilt milk card. But at the same time, I don't have like 100% terrific feeling that this is going to turn into what you want it to be. But I do feel very strongly that there will be contact. So, and that there's some thought processes happening there, but I just feel like it's a little bit of a letdown, a little less than what we'd want. So I hope that helps.
And Payu says, thank you. And yes,
you're welcome. And thanks for the question.
They repeated, will Tony contact me? Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, I do actually think he's going to contact you. But just like I said, be careful there. While I've got you up here all by your lonesome, Mary.
Right.
Laura
I didn't even realize it.
Yes, Laura has a question, and this is this is an interesting one. What mindset should I have to create a successful YouTube channel?
That is a great question. What mindset should you have to create success? Mindset. I actually want to try the Egyptian Oracle on that, because it's interesting, this Oracle is based on a really, a historical oracle deck. Historical oracle. I don't know why that cracks me up at times. The Sibylla de Salon. But yeah, what mindset should you have, and what comes up here? I love this. Service. That's a mindset, that you're serving people, that you are providing something that they can use, that's going to be helpful to them. That's the mindset, one of service, one of helpfulness. So think about that. I mean, everybody, obviously we all have YouTube channels, and we hope that they're entertaining and that people enjoy them and that they like them, if they like and subscribe to them, right? But I feel like for you in particular, to offer something that can be helpful, that's going to fulfill a need, that's going to provide some sort of advice maybe, or, serve people in some way. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Yeah. So I'm getting a bunch of major arcana cards on this. And the big one is the world card. Literally the YouTube channel is going to be the way that you find your tribe. It's all about finding the tribe, and like Mary said, what problem do you solve for people, right? I got the Justice card. I got the Tower card. What I think's going on here is the Tower is the central focus. Okay. It's a shift in foundations. It's not necessarily a something tragic happening like people, normally take the meaning of this card. It's also a shift in foundations, which is, I think, what you're going to need to do to make the YouTube channel successful is be open to shifting your beliefs around this. It may be in regards to that somehow that you shift. And there's going to be somebody, Page of Cups comes in. This is a very creative person, probably chronologically younger than you, but if not, at least like they come across as, youthful minded. They're into the technology, they have a grasp on things, and this person's going to be able to help you with your YouTube channel. That's what I'm getting there. And then let's see what else here. Hope that helped you out, Laura. And I got another question from, where was that? Vikram. Will I get a job from my last interview? Okay. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to pull a yes, no. Oh, Mary, I don't even need to do the whole 5-card yes, no. So the first card, 10 of Cups. Second card, Ace of Cups. Yes. I think it's a big fat yes on that one. Yeah. And I think they had thrown in, wait a minute. When will I get a new job? Yeah, I think they added that in there too. I don't know exactly when, but it should be pretty quickly if it's from the last interview. Yeah, I feel really good about the last interview. Yeah. What about you, Mary?
Well, yes. I actually used my pendulum on the yes, no, and got a yes on that. But I'll look at the when question and see like what time frame we're talking about. Because it should be pretty soon if it's the last interview you did. But at the same time, they may be talking to other candidates. It could drag on for a while. Who really knows what's going on? I think it's going to be really pretty quickly, though. I got the 4 of Wands in the timing position. So, I mean, you could find out in 4 days, the soonest. And then the 2 of Cups also comes up too. So again, like this idea of like, yes. And also it's a card of harmony. So this, it's not just getting the position, but it also being a good place for you to be too. So that's what I get.
Okay. Let's see what else there is. And then we're going to take some phone calls. So those of you waiting on the phone lines, we are coming to you. Let's see. We're doing pretty good though. Rapid pace here because we're only 20 minutes in. Usually the first time I look at the clock, Mary, we're already at like 35.
It's almost over.
The hour. Yeah. Let's see what else is in the chat here. Kayla had a question. And oh yeah, you're up next. So general love guidance reading, please. She does mention that the person she's thinking about, I think their name is Cole, is a Sagittarius, and they're not in contact now, and something about his ex or something. I don't know. It's going on and on. She's writing a whole book here. So basically, what do you get for Kayla? General
question about this Cole person.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I love like how direct and to the point so far the Egyptian oracle is.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna see what it has to say about this. Really done love questions. Wow. Wow, all the love cards I think that can come up in this deck just came up.
Wow.
It's really weird. Like this card is called the Lover. Okay. But then here's the thing, Kayla. I'm getting a lot of people involved in this. I get the Sweetheart card. It's in the past position. Maybe that's when the 2 of you were more in contact than maybe you are at the moment. And then I get the Wife card in the present position. And underneath this, I get this card that is about deception. Okay.
Wow.
So I feel like there's something going on here that may potentially involve a third party that there's a lack of honesty about. Okay, so that's just generally what I get. That does not mean that it can't be resolved, that it can't work out in some way. But if you're not in contact right now, that may have something to do with why we're not in contact right now. So I feel like be careful, be careful with your heart. Okay. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Well, and I think from what I'm getting in the chat that, Kayla really has her heart set with this person, but similar to you, and actually maybe a little bit more to the point and more stressed is what I'm getting in my cards is that I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the cards are suggesting moving on, really, and so I'm getting stuff like the 10 of Wands. There's a lot going on with this situation, and it's just very burdensome. And then the tarot comes along with the Fool card, which is a new, fresh start. Take the leap, move on, fresh start. And then what happens? Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune card. Fortune will turn in your favor once you get it set in your mind that you're not going to wait for this person and that you're just going to take the leap back into the ocean, so to speak.
Mm.
If that makes any sense.
Sometimes I just want to say, because it just, came to my mind when you were reading those, is that like sometimes what we do with our own life, when we make it clear, like, hey, I'm not waiting for anybody. I don't put my life on hold for anyone. Sometimes that does help situations like that. Sometimes that person gets a clue and says, oh, okay, wait a minute. What do I need to do to like kind of stay in the picture? So that's a possibility. But yeah, I get that. Just not a great vibe with this.
So this is what Kayla says. Yes, there is a lot going on. Good fresh start. I need it. I need to get that in my mind. Yeah. So she's basically agreeing. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a couple of announcements, but meanwhile, go ahead, folks. If you're in the chat, just put in your you don't have to ask for a reading. Oh, I see Red Rose is in there. She said, could I get a reading? Yes, you don't have to ask. All you do is just type in what the question is in the chat there. Or if you want something more general, you can say, please pull a card for me. And then we'll, pull a card or two or three and give you a general. Okay. So meanwhile, we're going to go to the phone lines and a couple of announcements here. And so take this time to get your questions into the chat. Those of you waiting on the phone lines will be there in just a minute. By the way, if you're in the chat, you still can call into the show, 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air with us. And okay, so we are going to take a look at some stuff going on. What do we got first? Oh, well, hey, if you guys want to grab Mary and I a cup of coffee, we love coffee, send us $10, $15, $20, whatever you'd like. It's our tip jar, basically. And you can do the one easy way is you just type in a browser, coffee.tarottoday.live. That'll take you right over there. But it's also on our show page right there on the Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com. And this URL right here will take you to it, tarottoday.live. And just scroll down towards the bottom. You'll see this same banner, with the field and the lovely purple flowers and the sun coming up and the tip jar and everything. Just click on that and it'll take you over where you can send us a tip. Of course, on that same page, there's information on contacting us and booking readings. So you'll see a message Dax button and a message Mary button. You just push those buttons and you can send us a message. Now, you do have to be signed up on the website, thetarotguild.com, to send a message. Okay. But that's free. So just sign up on our website there and you'll get your own free profile. And you'll also receive our, news updates and so forth. And you'll be able to send us messages in between shows right there on tarottoday.live. And you can book a tag team reading with Mary and I. If you like how we do these readings on the shows here, we only have a couple minutes with you on the show, but we can spend 30 minutes with you and go really in depth. And hey, 2 readers are better than 1. You can book session for $99.99. And you can also book individual readings for $44.44. Just go over to tarottoday.live and pick, if you're going to do a reading with me or a reading with Mary, just hit the message button for which one of us you want to book a reading with and message us and let us know, and we will set that up. And it's $44.44. And let's see here. News coming up. Okay. Did want to mention that Tarot Today is the official broadcast of the Tarot Guild. We're now in our 19th year. That's right. So October 4th. No, I'm sorry. It's Halloween, October 31st. I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, we hit our 19th anniversary. And then the following year, 2024, is going to be 20 years. Yes. I can't believe it. So we have the world's only tarot social media networking platform. What does that mean? Our website, tarottoday.com, is not just a website. It is like Facebook. It is like Instagram. It's like all of these social media apps and websites out there. You know, if you are frustrated, if you're done with social media, a lot of us are, if you don't want to join threads, if you're frustrated that Elon is, X'd out the bird, well, there's a place where social media is all tarot all the time, and it's called the tarotguild.com. That's right. The world's only tarot social media networking platform. And just like I just said a moment ago, at the top of any page, it says sign up. You can sign up for free, and it has all the same functionality, friending each other, status updates, news feed, private messaging, chat, liking, following posts. I mean, everything that you do on all these other platforms, you can do on thetarotguild.com. It's just all tarot all the time. I do also want to mention that, we are simulcasting on the Psychic Talk Radio Network, and the fabulous angelic channel and healer Catherine Hahn, one of our hosts, is back on the air after her summer hiatus. That's right. And Spiritual Guidance Radio, her show is on Fridays, same bat time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And you can catch her shows on Fridays now. And remember, not here on the YouTube channel. It is audio only. So you want to go to psychictalk.net, and the players are right there on the show pages, and you can listen in or go over to Blog Talk Radio and search Psychic Talk Radio. That's right. Same phone number too, by the way, 714-816-4628. Speaking of summer breaks, Magic Universe with Sharona Rapsik is going on summer break now. That's right. She is typically on the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month, does fabulous shows talking about various aspects of tarot as well as other magical things. And in the second half of the show, she takes your calls and does free tarot readings. So Sharona is going to be on summer break through August here, but she will be back on September 10th. So mark your calendars. All right. And speaking of summer, we still have the summer savings sale goes on all the way to Labor Day, folks. Summer savings all summer long. And basically my private readings and coaching is half price. You can get a full hour session for $49.99. But the main thing for the summer sale is the lifetime membership. So it's normally $197. You get it for half price, $99.99. You are signed up for life. So unlike our annual one, which is $12 a month, no recurring fees. You're paid up for life. You also get our professional reader certification is included, and our tarot and numerology course, Tarot by the Numbers, is included as well. You get 50% off higher levels of certification, and you also have the opportunity to appear on these shows as well. And we also promote you and your business through the guild and our social media and so forth. Half price through summer, $99.99. Just go over to thetarotguild.com, look for this summer savings banner, click on that. And another way to do it is to just go to the lifetime membership private group on thetarotguild.com, and you'll be prompted to subscribe. And on the payment page, you just put in the promo code, all caps, summer 2023, and hit the green check button. It'll apply the discount, and it'll go from $197 down to $99.99. I think that's the best deal we've ever had. So go check that out as well. Okay, you there, Mary? We are back.
I'm here.
You ready to take some phone calls? Woo.
Let's do it.
Gonna take some phone calls. Who's been waiting out there the longest? Area code 330. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Where are you calling from? 330?
Yes. Leslie from Mississippi. How are you, Dax and Mary?
Oh,
Hey.
hi, Leslie.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, because I'm still trying to secure financing for my first vehicle because I got my driver's license last year. Yeah,
Great.
a little over 13 months ago. And my GoFundMe has not been as effective because I want to get this vehicle before the end of the summer.
So you're doing a GoFundMe, but it's not really getting you there. Yeah, taking off.
Right.
So what's your question for us then?
Yeah.
Should I continue with the GoFundMe or just purchase a vehicle outright with a scheduled payment plan?
Either or. Like which way? Should I go first? Do you want to go first? What are we doing?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I was still up there, and that's why I did the slides, and so it probably was my turn anyway. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Oh, okay. So 2 of swords. So it's this question between either or. I don't think you need to do either or. Just keep doing the GoFundMe, but go ahead and make the purchase now. So it's like, okay, when the 2 of swords comes up, it's like you're either unwilling to make the choice or unable to. I don't think you're unable to. I think you're just, I think the answer to this. Okay. Now, what does the tarot recommend? 10 of Pentacles. That's a big fat yes. Just go for it. Go ahead and make the purchase. Then I'm getting something about, judgment. That's the cosmic wake up call. It's saying, yes, Leslie, hello, and following your passions, getting the Knight of Wands, here you are moving. It's going that way, actually. Yeah. Yeah. So I think the answer is you go for it, but let's see what Mary's getting. Mary, what are you getting? For Leslie?
Well, it's interesting. I drew cards for both, and so when I look at the GoFundMe, I feel like something has to change with it. The Wheel of Fortune comes up here. But also I get the King of Cups and the Magician card. It's almost like you don't need a big crowd to help you with this. You just really need one person, and whether that comes through GoFundMe officially or through some other person that you encounter in some other way. I feel like that idea of outside funding is a possibility still, and it only takes one person. When I look at the other option, even though I agree with Dax, it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, right? You could do both. I get the Hanged Man. So, that comes up first. It makes me feel like, okay, you have been hesitating on that for some reason. And with the Hanged Man, a lot of times the message is like, okay, we can just let go of like the thought processes that are like holding us back a little bit, or re-examine those, or turn it around, flip it upside down. Like the reason for your hesitation is asking you to kind of meditate on that a little bit. The 5 of Wands comes up, with fives, sometimes 5 of Wands, especially for me, can be about like competition. So maybe there's something else that's sort of competing for those funds that you would just throw in, towards a car. And it may be time to kind of examine that as well. And then finally, the Knight of Pentacles, so again, I agree with Dax that, you should go for it. But I feel like the Knight of Pentacles it really puts this emphasis on being practical in the way that we do that. So be practical when it comes to the kind of car, you know, the any sort of payment plan. You know, it's like sometimes, you know, we see something we want and we can justify it and say, okay, maybe it'll be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but I'm going to do it. Well, it's saying like, okay, dial it back a little bit, slow it down. What do we really need? What fulfills, you know, our need? And just kind of be practical when it comes to that aspect of it. But that's what I get.
Love that advice.
Leslie.
What do you think, Leslie? Is that good? That help you out?
Yeah. I think that's good. I'm still going either way, buying it outright or continuing with the GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I say both.
both. Yeah, both. And with the GoFundMe, I really get like you only need one person really in particular to help you.
Right. It's just a matter of, you know, getting the eyeballs and, you know, getting it in front of that one right person like Mary's talking about, or two, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe, you know, promoting the link in other places, or, you know, doing a YouTube video about it and then putting the link, you know, at the bottom of the video, that kind of thing. I don't know, you know, different ways to get it out there, basically.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the call, Leslie. Yes. Call us back and let us know what's happening.
All
right. I will. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we're going to go over to 703, area code 703. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Andrea from Virginia.
Hi, Andrea. What do you want to talk about?
Hi. Well, I've talked to you guys before about possible job offer opportunity, and nothing's come to fruition. But I had an interview, was it Friday? I thought it went really, really well. I have another one coming Tuesday. But do you see maybe a possibility from one of these two?
Do we see something happening from either the one that you just had or one that you have coming up? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pull a card for each of those. So the one that you just had, and then the one that you have coming up. Lose a couple of cards for each of them. I like to do 3 cards, even though these are mini readings. I'm like, tell me. Oh, so the one that you just had, dude, this is sweet. 2 cups, 10 of cups, and the page 1. So I feel like, yay, you're gonna, for the one that you just had, that page at the end especially tells me you're going to hear something about it, and we're going to be so happy with the 10 of cups. When I look at the one you have coming up, oh, honey, oh, wow, be careful. You know, I mean, just get through it. You know, I got the devil card followed by the death card, followed by the hanged man. I mean, I think, you know, no. But let's see what Dax is getting. He might have.
Well, that one you just had, I agree with Mary. I'm more excited about that. And I got the Knight of Pentacles. It's the slowest moving of the knights, but it's that, you know, nice steady progress. It's very steady. You know, that's what I get about that. For the second one, I get the Magician card, which looks really, really good. Until I pulled the qualifier card, which I got the 5 of Cups there, literally the crying over spilt milk card like Mary got earlier. Yeah. And so it's like, I think, you know, it's a good possibility. You're really in the driver's seat with this. That's what the Magician card is all about. But I don't know if you're going to be as emotionally satisfied in the long run with that one compared to the interview you just did, the very first one there. I think that's going to be a more, you know, steady and eventually turn out to be really good.
It's funny you say that because it's a very slow process. First was a Zoom interview. Then she said, well, I was the very first person they interviewed. So it's going to take another week. She said, then it's a second Zoom interview, and then an interview in person. And then, you know, then it's, you know, so it's going to take a, you know, minute to get that opportunity if it comes. So, you know, you hit the nail on the head with that one.
Well, thanks for the call, and you'll have to call us back and let us know.
Yeah.
If we call you.
Yeah.
Tell us what
Absolutely,
happened.
I will. I can't wait to get on when I have. But yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a great weekend. Stay
You
cool and
too.
hot.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So we are going to. Where'd Mary go? I don't see the camera. No.
I'm here.
There she is. Your lovely face. We're going to bring you back on here. So before we take another call, there was a question from Red Rose, and I wanted to get that. And I did pop it in the chat. Hey, everyone, just pop in your questions here or ask us to pull a card for you. So we're waiting to see.
And the psychic spin's coming up too.
And we have to do the psychic spin too. It's really weird. A lot of our regulars, in fact, all of our regulars seem to be missing. Like, where's Ellie? Where's Rosie? Where's Charlotte? I mean,
I don't know. Do you want me to pull a card on that?
Where's Jason? Yes. Pull a card, see what you get.
I'm going to pull a card from the Egyptian Oracle because I want more reasons to pull a card from it. I am having where did they go? Where are all the regular suspects, the usual suspects? And frivolity is the card.
What's it called?
They're just like, it's like lions and butterflies, and they're just having a good time. They're just goofing off. Okay.
Here, I'll pull a card. Oh, the moon card. Maybe they weren't aware we were doing a show or something, or they missed the promo. I don't know. Something's in the shadows here with the moon card. It's like, I don't know.
Maybe they're staying in the shade.
That could be too. They're just staying in the shade, and you'd figure everybody would be in the air conditioning, staying out of the heat, and hanging out with us in here. Speaking of heat, we got to do that psychic spin. But Red had asked about, could I get a reading? What is coming up in the next month financially? What is coming up?
Are we doing a speed round?
Yeah, just leave both of our cameras on. We'll just like pull whatever we get here.
Okay, what is coming up in the next month? Ooh.
I'm getting something about, her having there's some idea that you're going to run with, and it's going to involve a project with other people. And then I'm getting, it's all financial. It's all like business, career, and I got the Four of Pentacles. I feel like this is it's more leaning towards the meanings regarding saving and investing is what I'm getting for that. Setting that up is part of it, what you should be doing over this month, but then there's this other idea that you get and you're running with it, but you have other people helping you out. What did you get, Mary?
The cards I got really focused on that idea of other people helping out. I did get 2 pages, and I do have the 5 of Cups too, and also not just the 5 of Cups, but the 10 of Cups as well. So, with that 10-5 and the messaging going on with the pages, I feel like this could be involving like family, somebody close to you, somebody that's like got like this, you have like an emotional resonance with, let's say. And it's just like there's something touching going on, but it's not like a bad thing necessarily. There's a little disappointment with the 5 of Cups, but that's way overpowered by the 10 of Cups. And we end with the 6 of Pentacles. So financially, next month, I think, you're getting some help, from somewhere, somebody. I feel like it's like a family member or somebody that is like close to you emotionally, like a family member would be. So that looks good. 6 of Pentacles is a gain, you know.
Hope that helped you out, Rose Red.
Thanks for the questions.
Yes. And anybody else that's in the chat right now, if you want to pop a question, go ahead and do that while we do this. So it's time for the Psychic Spin segment. Mary, do you want to tell everybody what the Psychic Spin segment is if they're new?
Yes. So what we do is once a month, usually the last Saturday of the month, like this Saturday is, we use the tarot to answer the big questions, and this can be like a trending topic in the news, or it can be like, what's the meaning of life? We've done things like, are aliens going to take over? Is AI going to replace us? We've had, some really fun.
Are ghosts real?
Are ghosts real? We did one of those too. So, and
what about Santa and those elves?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we also really like to, ask the questions you're interested in too. So this is like great. Anytime during the month, you can send suggestions for our Psychic Spin episode, and we'd love to pull cards on it. And, so yeah, they're not the questions of like, is somebody going to call me? Am I going to get that job? Am I moving next year? Should I get my house fixed? Like, it's not personal questions. They're bigger questions that maybe we all want to know the answers to. Like this week's Psychic Spin, this month's Psychic Spin question, which is about this crazy heat wave that we're having.
And climate change and all this.
It's so hot. It's so, like Nellie would say, it's hot in her, It's really crazy.
And earlier when I said you can message Mary and I in between shows on our tarottoday.live, just type that URL in. It'll take you to our page on the Tarot Guild website. Or if you're on the Tarot Guild website, just click Tarot Today Live up in the search thing there, Anyway, nav bar, whatever it is. You can message us and let us know what you'd like us to ask next month. If you have something that you have a question on that you think a lot of people would be interested in hearing the answer to, let us know. So some of the things on this topic I was thinking, Mary, was let's see. So, basically in general, what's going on with this heat? Also, what's causing it? Is it really human caused? Climate change and all. And then the other question I had was just, is this the new norm or is this a blip?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I had one question too, is like, can we do anything about it?
Oh, okay. I didn't think of that one. Yeah. Can we do anything about it?
And should we try? Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Because we tend to do that all the time with nature, don't we? Where we change something, we introduce a new species, or we want to do, want something to be different, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh no, it's like sets off a crazy domino effect or butterfly effect. But do you want to go first, or should I?
You can go first.
Okay.
If you want.
I'm going to go first.
I'm still pulling cards and looking, and
I'm going to go first, and I'm just going to go first on that question of, should we try to do anything about it?
Oh, okay.
So everywhere. And what made me think of that was that somebody posted a meme that I saw the other day, yesterday, and it was a picture of the world's largest wind turbine that was being switched on in China, right? Because it hadn't been on, right? And I shared it and I said, oh, good, at least somebody's turning the fan on, because it is so hot. And then I thought, like, wow, like, what if we build a giant fan to help, like, shoo the heat away? Like, what would that do? It's probably a terrible idea. I'm seriously not a scientist. But what I got on, should we try to do anything about this? The first thing that comes up is the Six of Cups. And so it's like saying like, hey, remember the last time we tried to mess around, right? And when the Six of Cups comes up, and I for anybody that's readers out here, here's just one thing I do. You don't have to do it. But when I get the Six of Cups in the present position, if I'm using that kind of spread that has past, present, future, that points me back to the past, because it is the Six of Cups, that card of nostalgia. And that's when it really tells us something, because I look at the card in the past, it's the Three of Swords. So that's a big no, that we shouldn't do anything about it, right? And in the end, we got the Judgment card, in the future position, like if we should try to do something to like planetarily affect the heat. And then just pulling a couple cards on that other question of what's this about, and I look at that, and the first thing that comes up is the King of Swords. We have the Six of Pentacles, and then we also have in the outcome position the Ace of Wands. So, I do feel like this is a new condition in a sense. It may, just be that, because what they're, a lot of the news out there around this is how these are the hottest recorded temperatures, so we think of how long history of the planet has been recorded, it's kind of a fraction compared to like the history of the planet, which we didn't record. So I would say that, this is like maybe a progression, but let's see what Dax is getting. Yeah. What are you getting?
Oh, you just could have left yourself up there, Mary. I was up during your entire speech there. I never bothered to, I figured, just leave the cameras going. I'm kind of going the opposite direction of you. I think because you came up with that question after I had already started thinking about and looking into, the whole, what's going on with this heat thing. And I think, Seven of Cups, I don't think we really know, and, but I do think the Ten of Swords, something ending like that. The sun's coming up in the background, which is positive that, there's going to be another day and it's dawning and stuff, but it does feel like something's ending, that this is a massive change. And then when I ask about, is it actually man-made, I get the Queen of Wands, a person, and the Strength card, 8. And I took that. I was going to do a whole yes no spread, but I got yes right away, and the Queen, and I was just like, some of this is man-made, maybe not the entire thing, but it's definitely contributing to it for sure. Now, is this the new norm? Oh, this is hilarious, Mary. So I asked that and got the Sun card. I think that's a big fat our summers are going to be like this, and right next to it, the Ace of Wands. Yes, this is the new norm. This is the new norm. Now, I pulled another card to see what would come up, and I got the Three of Cups. So, hey, this is a celebration. Is it all bad? I don't think so, and also 3 is creativity and communication. I think it's all about being creative with this. If it's really a major thing with, okay, I'll give you an example. It's like you and I are down here in the lower United States with the heat wave. It's like, hey, maybe this just means every summer we go to Seattle for a couple of months, and then we
become like reverse snowbirds.
That's what I'm thinking, But then the great question that you came up with about, should we do anything? Can we do anything? Should we do anything? I think we can. and it's kind of being represented with the emperor here, and I know you were getting, maybe we don't do this, but the very last card I pulled about that, the star card, I really think there's hope. I really think we can turn this around to some extent.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, we're making a lot of progress, and it's like that whole conversation you and I had in the green room before the show started, talking about, Elon, and talking about the megapacks, battery storage of power, and wind turbines, and solar's getting like fantastic now, and all, like I mentioned to you, all of southern Australia is, they've been able to get rid of their polluting, coal burning, oil burning power plants, and it's because Tesla came in with their these giant mega packs, that store energy. So when the sun and the wind are blowing, it's storing the energy, and then when people need it, they take it as they need it, and they've completely replaced fossil fuels. And a lot of other countries are like within spitting distance of that, the Netherlands, like 80%, renewables. And then there's the whole, electric car thing. It was really interesting. Wait, I forgot his name. Oh, I'm sorry. Who was it that had the question about, buying the car that we just had on? What was his name? It just went right out of my head. Leslie, that's it. Yeah. And when he asked the question, I mean, right away, that's the first thing I thought in my head was like, I just did the opposite of him. I just got rid of my car. I've had owned a car since I was 16 years old, 40 some years. And a year and a half ago in November, I sold my car. For one reason, I wasn't driving as much, and it was just sitting in the carport, and I spent all this money on it. And also that was during the used car bubble, and I got a huge amount of money for selling it. Now I just take Uber. So I'm ride sharing. So I feel that is contributing, to carbon footprint, And when I, really need a car for a lot, I rent a car, and I now only rent Teslas from Hertz, So I'm kind of like going the opposite of Leslie.
Yeah.
I'm renting cars, but yeah, I'm really excited with where things are going. And the first time I rented, like 7-8 months ago, rented my first Tesla, I just fell in love with it, and I started doing all kinds of research on electric cars and things. And, people in the US aren't quite aware of it, but most of the rest of the world is already going there, folks. I mean, Malaysia, I mean, all electric cars, China. Oh my God. They are the largest auto market in the entire world, and they're going to be, all electric before you know it. And a lot of other countries are, right there. Some of the countries in the Netherlands areas, are like 70-80% of the cars sold last year were all electric, So I think we're going in that direction where we're reducing some of the carbon footprint. And
we just have to make sure we don't completely bake before we get there.
Yeah. I'm hopeful.
Temperatures.
Well, and don't forget, Elon has the other solution, which is, basically, we go to Mars,
Go to Mars. We could go underground. It could turn into Water World, where we end up like, living in the.
By the way, that
ocean.
TV show Silo that started this year. Oh my God, that's a good show. Go watch Silo if you missed it, folks. It is really good, and that's all what it's all about.
Yeah,
we're
gonna have to adapt. I think
living in silos.
Issue ultimately it's going to, it's not the end of the world, right?
Mhm.
But it is kind of a new phase, and we're going to have to find ways to adapt to that. So whether that's air-conditioned clothing, maybe, who knows?
Yeah. So there you go, folks. The psychic spin for July 2023. So now we are going to, let's see if we can squeeze in a last phone call or a question or two here. We're going to go to area code 917. They've been waiting the longest. Hello, are you there, 917? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Do you hear anything, Mary?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay. We're going to go to another call. Oh, my God. There's a lot of calls on the call bank here. I didn't even know we had that many calls. Let's go to who's been waiting the longest. Okay. Oh, I got one that does not have an area code or a number. It's all blank. So I'm just going to say you're live, caller, whoever you are. And what's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Mary, and I'm calling from Toronto.
Oh my God, we got an international call. That far, far away land, Kenyatta.
Exotic land of Kenyatta. What's your question?
I've got a sort of a question about my work. How can I? Where do I? Someone I work with has become really difficult, and it was a friend, and I'm hoping this stuff goes away. And yeah, really sort of unpleasant. And I'm hoping that you can shed some light on it. And I'm hoping, again, I'm trying to extricate myself from this situation and friendship. And
Dax, is it your turn?
No, it's your turn. You're up first.
It's my turn. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Is this situation going to end now that it's become unpleasant? So somebody who was a friend that's not acting like a friend. And just what do we see in the cards here? And first, I'm pulling a card from the, a couple of cards actually from, let's see. Well, I think you're right about that. Look, it shows somebody changing from, being helpful, being friendly, having, somebody that you could enjoy being around, to someone who is like, look, she's like poisoning people. She's, foe. It's really saying that it turned toxic. And so what can you look at with this happening, going forward? How do we deal with it, right? And just looking at that, the star card comes up. So there is hope when it comes to this. Wheel of Fortune as well. And it's saying it's going to take time. We got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles to me often is a card of managing our expectations, and really with the star card, it's saying like, look beyond it as much as you can, because it is going to take time. What the cards are advising is that you find ways to like not focus on it, to look ahead, aim higher with that star card and the Wheel of Fortune, and embrace the change of it, and try to let go of the hurts associated with that, because it's a very valid thing to feel hurt by somebody kind of changing like that on you and becoming toxic. So, but let's see what Dax has.
What was any idea where it came from? Where's it coming from?
No, I totally did not pull cards on that aspect of the question. I focused in, just like Mary, on basically just what's the advice and dealing with it and so forth. I don't think we really need to know that. I think I think that just sucks us back into it. It just sucks us back into it. What Mary was saying about,
to go forward. Just to go
I'm sorry.
forward.
Yeah, I mean, what this
Just to go forward.
Let me just tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting the 8 of Cups, which is literally the card on that. Okay, it's the moving onward and upward and away card. Okay, and cups are emotions. So here, this individual has neatly stacked up these 8 cups and has put on their traveling cloak and has their staff, and they're moving up the side of a hill, and they're moving away in the opposite direction, and there is you got the moon up there is a bit of shadow, there is a hint towards we don't really know all the answers here, but the main thing is they have taken care of the emotions around this. They're letting go of the emotional baggage, and they're moving on. And
Who is they?
huh?
Who is they?
Well, they would be you.
You're saying they.
They.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, there's a person in the card, and they're moving on. And so what the tarot is telling you is you need to put your ducks in a row, the cups lined up, it's like letting go of the emotional baggage and moving onward and upward. It's the card of letting go. All right. And the next card I got is you can be successful at this. 6 is 6 of Swords. 6 is the success card. And that's literally what's going on in this card is you are moving towards that goal. In the card, they're moving away from the rough seas to the calmer waters. Now, in the boat with them, they have these 6 swords. Swords are thoughts and ideas, and that's the thing is letting go of that, the thought patterns around it, the thinking about it, that just brings you back to it over and over and over again. Why did this happen? What are they doing? What are they thinking? No. It's all about becoming emotionally stable. And the next card, King of Cups, is the most emotionally stable in the entire deck. This is literally the card telling you that's what you need to be doing, is while there's chaos around you, you need to be emotionally centered on this. So that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't affect, my job. I don't think it does, but it's still unpleasant.
I don't think it does.
To deal with. No,
I didn't get anything showing that it affects it.
Yeah, I wasn't getting anything like that.
No, my manager back with me. I think he's pretty much sussed the situation out, and he's going to back me on it. But it's just unpleasant. Good. So yeah, just bad behavior. Just some people have the worst behavior, childish behavior. Yeah, it's just shocking, really. What's that? And it just seems the older I get, it seems like everybody's bipolar as they get older.
Oh, they are.
Right.
A lot of that. They really are. Sure. I absolutely think, especially women, as they get, postmenopausal. I'm just seeing huge amounts of bipolar behavior.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for
Life
the call.
Changes, and the world is also one that people feel is really full of change right now too, and not everybody's like reacting to that so terrifically either.
That's
so
right.
There's a lot of crazy things happening with friendships and relationships right now. I hear that a lot from my clients, and I don't know, it's a weird time.
But thanks for the call.
It's just not okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the end of the show. If we didn't get to your call today, we'll be back actually in 2 weeks. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to announce that too. We are taking some more break time in August. And so we're taking a break next week. We'll be back on the 12th. We're taking a break on the 19th, and we'll be back for the Psychic Spin segment show on the 26th. Yay. So
in the meantime, let us know what you want us to ask for the Psychic Spin.
Yes. And before we go off the air, I did want to say one thing about what we were just talking about with the bipolar and everything like that. And I'm hearing that more and more, where people going, is he bipolar? And I got news for everyone. We are all bipolar. Literally, the entire universe operates under a dualistic system. The entire universe is polar. Positives and negatives. That's how we function. You can't have atoms without, I mean, it's normal, folks. People.
It's a binary.
Yeah.
There's a duality.
Nobody is, I don't care how much medication they need to put you on, but no one is lithium, right? Lithium. And we were talking about the batteries with the electric cars earlier. That's so hilarious. And they give you lithium for bipolar. No, but my point on this is that no condition ever stays the same. And so no individual person is always going to be, the way you want them to be. They're going to shift back and forth. It's just some people sway more than others. Some only have this little narrow movement, and others go really wide swings.
I would say one thing though, it's like, okay, maybe now it's bipolar, because I'm hearing that too, but I'm not hearing that from doctors or psychiatrists or psychologists.
No.
To me, like, bipolar is like, bipolar is now the trendy narcissist, right? Because like this time last year, it was like, oh, they're a narcissist. All I can say is this: stop diagnosing people. Stop diagnosing people. Like, either like it works for you or it doesn't. And you don't have to like suffer fools. You don't have to put up with BS you don't want to. You don't have to, stuff you didn't sign up for, whether it's a friend or family member or, your BFF or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, But let's not like be armchair doctors and label people with these, because then all of a sudden we get into that fear thing can come out where we're like, my best friend's bipolar. What do I do now? And we don't want to do that. Yes. It's hard enough. There's enough stigma around people that do have legitimate diagnoses that have to do with different conditions. And change is the one constant. And people are going to change just like everything else.
As humans, we really want to label everything. We want to pigeonhole things. We want to put people in a box. And yes, I saw the same trend. All these YouTube channels where they were talking about narcissism and like everybody's a narcissist, right? And now we're going to have the bipolar YouTube channel. It's like everybody's bipolar. It's like, no, not everybody is, a narcissist, Yeah,
but we all have an ego. Not everybody's bipolar, but we live in a duality.
Well, that's what I mean is like they're trying to put everybody in this box where they have some kind of diagnosis, when that's just the normal human condition. We care about ourselves. We have egos,
Oh yeah.
And our moods fluctuate. We're all bipolar. We're all narcissistic. We are all bipolar. Just get over it.
Yes.
Bye, everybody. We got to get out of here. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, maybe sooner. Bye, if we pop in, but we may pop in and surprise you. But 2 weeks.
You never know.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.